Gemini, how you doing? Welcome to your Astroflower reading going from the 27th of February through to the 5th of March. I've got to say, the mutables are having a hard time of it at the moment. I'm wondering how your reading's going to go. We're going to be going into your chakras, your aura, and then finishing off with the tarot reading. It's all time stamped in the description below. And I think maybe it's got something to do with that solar energy as well that we've been receiving over the past sort of like week and a half, 10 days, 2 weeks ago, for the last 2 weeks. And it's made the mutables a little bit skitty, a little bit sort of like off the wall a little bit. So we'll see how it's going on with you. We did do a masterclass in that as well, the energy masterclass. I'll link it in the description. I'll link it in the end of this reading. Let's just see what's going on with your chakras here. So this is your root chakra. You're moving out of your summer into and coming into your autumn period. You seem to be fine. You seem to have found a rhythm that sort of corresponds to you, a foundation that sort of carries weight and purpose. Let's just see what's going on in your sacrum. And this is well balanced. This is harmonious in a way. This is lovely summer weather. This is the best out of the mutables that I've seen at the moment. Yeah, you seem to have found your rhythm here within what you're doing in life. And this could be on your relationship side as much as on your work side. I think it works for both sides actually. There's certain acceptations on your work side, and there's certain acceptance on your relationship side, and you're working with what you got in a way. Let's see what's going on with your solar plexus. It's not firing as much as it should be, and this is what I found in most of the mutables, apart from Sagittarius. There's something that's deep inside. It's building up. It's almost like I don't know, like a bud of a flower before it opens. It's all tightly packed in there. It's ready to open up, and there's some sort of energy that seems to be opening up within you, within your solar plexus, but it's not ready to open yet. But it's certainly there, and it's forcing the rest. It's almost forcing the rest out before it opens it up. So let's see what's going on the top part of the solar plexus. Yeah, there's quite a lot of energy. There's quite a lot of passion and stuff like that. It doesn't go particularly deep. It's not very deep as a passion, but at the same time, it's I think it's dealing with a lot of things I think it's enjoying the moment basically for you at this present time. Your passion seems to be driven in that way, to enjoy the moment, enjoy the connection you can have with other people, enjoy that connection at work, that you can also leave it at work or your business. Let's just see what's going on in your heart chakra. Yeah, this is where we're getting to. We're coming to a pinnacle point in the heart chakra transformation by the looks of things, because there's a lot of signs now are getting this. It's like a teardrop shape, as if we're being gradually guided down a particular path according to our heart's connections with our heart's desires, and what we want out of life. It's definitely in your heart's chakra. There is a case of everything you do seems to funnel into one sort of direction, one sort of passion, one sort of heart's desires. Let's just see what's going on in your third eye and your throat chakra. That seems to be very logical, very harmonious as well, similar to what we get in the sacrum as well. So there's a certain accord between your ego's desires and your mind or your thoughts, or how you manifest it through through your mental energies, through your air energies, which is yourself. Yeah, so that it's going to allow you to concentrate on the here and now and that heart factor that's going on. Let's just see what's going on in your crown chakra. As I said, I think you're enjoying the here and now, but there is plans afoot. There is a certain weight that's now coming into your consciousness about where you want to be going, or where you've come from, in a way. I think more than anything else, there might be even sort of like a slight regret, of the past, in a way. Almost looking back upon oneself and sort of saying, I wish I'd done that. We can't live by ifs and buts. It just doesn't work. It just doesn't happen. And forcing yourself to sort of like, it's not quite the moment. You, as I say, you go into your autumn period, and that's a very reflective moment for everybody. We sort of look back over the past year, see what's happened over the past year, and what we want to be doing in the future year. And for you yourself in Gemini at the moment, there seems to be a bit of a heavy energy about sort of last year, that you don't want to repeat things and you don't want to keep going through the things. And it's almost as if, like, say, you start a project and you kind of say, well, it's not going to work because I didn't, it didn't work last time. There's no reason why it won't work this time. And what are you going to do? Sit down and just sort of and not do anything? It's not within your sort of energy to do that, Gemini. You're one of those world's get-ups and do's. And I would actually sort of allow that to sort of your heart to be your guide going through all of this, and just take a little bit off your conscious your conscious weight that you're putting upon your shoulders, basically. Let's just see what's going on the on the aura, on your aura. Let's just see what's going on here. Okay, so later on in the week, there seems to be something coming up. This is like a personal realization. It's not really a decision to be made, as far as I can tell. It's much more of a personal realization of how you are, or how the world is, or how you interact with the world that is around you. Just seeing if there's anything untoward on your aura. In general, no. There doesn't seem to be a lot of that sort of thing. There might be a little bit of the world may not be ready for you, in a way. The logic of the world has failed itself, and it doesn't play into your hands, or doesn't play. It doesn't. You seem to be grating against life in a way, in the way of the logic of the world around you. And realize that you've got to realize that some people are just not going to get this new logic. And those are the people that you might have to deal with on a daily basis, that you're going to might wait great with them. And it's a case of here is just almost being understanding, and just, reduce your expectations upon what you can have for the world around you. I think it ties in with that realization that's on that upper section of your aura. Let's just see what's going on with the flow. So there is a directional flow that's heading towards your crown chakra. It's a bit heavy, that consciousness that you're carrying there, and I think you need to lighten the load a little bit. And in order to lighten the load, you need to have a good hard look at it, maybe, and just have a good hard look at the world around you, and realize what works for you and what doesn't work for you, basically. Let's just see what's going on with your chakras. I keep saying this, with your tarot reading for this week, and the overall energies and etc. Are you holding on to the past a little bit too much? That's quite a possibility. We'll see. Let's just see what the overall energy is here. It's the Three of Wands, waiting for things to come to you, and I'm not sure that that's the case. I think it's a case of interacting with other people that are around you, finding your rhythm, that you don't have to go out looking for your rhythm. I don't necessarily think that it's a case that you're not moving or not doing anything. It can be a sign of procrastination in a way, but here I think is more of a case of looking at the outside world and seeing the comings and goings of the outside world and seeing how you fit into it. This is what maybe the realization is for this week. Quelling those doubts and fears, building strength within yourself. That's your karmic message on your relationship side. I think this ties in to your crown chakra here, where you need to be a little bit more assertive on yourself, really. Let's just see how the universe is trying to influence this. They only want happiness for you. They really do. I think you've got this happiness as well, actually, Gemini. I think you're very happy with what's going on around you, how things have been progressing. It's just those little niggling doubts with the outside world that, that you need to keep an eye on. The universe here really does want to encourage you to look on the brighter side, encourage yourself to go forward. Ace of Swords. Everybody's been getting the Ace of Swords, mainly on this sort of side as well. And this is inspiration or ideas that come out of the middle of nowhere. And the ideas to say, like, I don't know, to start doing sort of stained glass windows. You've never done it before. It's never even come across your radar. But I would look into it. I would, this is from your guides, and they're trying to bring in a little bit of innovation into your life at the moment. Yeah, expressing your understanding about relationships. And I think it's expressing this happiness as well. And this is where your doubts may betray you a little bit. And you maybe find yourself explaining, a little bit more the painful side of life to the people that are around you, which is a good thing. It helps you to get it off your chest. A problem shared is a problem halved, as it were, sort of scenario. But I do think there's also a case to be said here for expressing your happiness and your joy about life as well as people come towards you. And I think this is what's going to be where your heart chakra is funneling down a particular sort of line, as it were. It's going to make you feel like it's going to make you very attractive to the outside world, because people are going to feel like that you've got your direction, you've got your compass sorted. And this may be that expression that you do within you, that you've understood within you, that you can express within the relationships around you. I do think it's an easygoing life for you this week. I don't think there's too, it doesn't have to be too stressful and too straining for you. There's lots of things that could be coming to you rather than you going to it. But there is this idea of being happy with the life that you're living at the moment. So let's just see what's going on your financial sort of side. This is on your jobs side. So this is where your intuition, your feeling, your inner feeling, and I think this is where it connects with that logic that I was saying earlier on, and the logic of the people around you. And some people are not going to get it. And this is where you've got to feel within your workspace, within your job or your business, you're going to feel that you've got something that they don't have, that your competitors doesn't have, or you've just got the edge on everybody at the moment in a very subtle and slight way, just because you can see through the mists and you're understanding things a lot easier, basically. Yeah, patience is a virtue, but it's also a question of knowing your timing, and that's where it comes into that logic again. It's working out how you sort of, when you put your foot on the accelerator and when you put your foot on the brake, basically. It's tying into that logic of everything that is around you. with the Hierophant as well, you're learning a lot about business or your material side of your life, basically. I think you're very happy from where you are, but you want more. You want to progress more, let's put it that way. And with that sort of Hierophant, the guides are really trying to sort of bring in understanding and the logical progression to your heart's desires. As I said, I think we're being guided, or you're being guided particularly, to a point of your heart's desires and your connection with the people that are around you. It's a very joyous energy that comes in with that Page of Wands. That learning process. Once you go through, as I said, I think it comes in later on in the week, and it's definitely building a real understanding up through you. With this Page of Wands, you've understood something with the Hierophant, so you've learned something. Now it's a case of putting it into practice, and putting it into practice with your solar plexus. This is where the stuff that was on the surface, the possibilities, the potential that was on the surface, it needs to be played around with, because there's a big understanding coming through you at this moment, a realization week of the world around you, basically. Most mutable signs have been getting this. It's almost as if like a lot of caught in limbo between the two. And you shouldn't be caught ball watching, as they say in football, or soccer, as they say in America. The Devil card, it comes out where you're going to start getting obsessed about what you're doing in life. It's also going to bring you the Devil also brings you the light, so you can see the multitude of different possible paths in front of you. And this is where temptation comes into it. I think it's keeping an eye on your plans, and the thing building up in your solar plexus at the moment is that retrospection on past lives, or the past year, and putting things into perspective and what you want to be having in the future and going forward. There's gonna be that sort of realization. It's almost as if like you're coming to the end of summer, and it's a lovely, beautiful Indian summer day. It's a late summer day, so it's not too powerful. The sun and the fruits are there. Everything's available for you, but you do realize autumn is on its way. The falling leaves the changing color of leaves and stuff like that will be happening soon. And this is on your life as a personal thing. It always happens 3 months before your birthday. And this is all has to do with the rhythms in life, which we will be doing a masterclass for you on Sunday, according to the Astroflower. The different rhythms within the humans, within human, and within the environment, the energy environment that is around us, the Earth, and the solar rhythms as well. So yeah, there's a brooding factor of an egg. And most people have got this as if there's something being brewed up, like a potion in a way that takes a long time to make. Let's just see if there's anything that comes out of this. It's the sun. That's where you're heading for the happiness. It's brewing your happiness, basically, making that brew that's actually good for you, and go through a portal. I think this is what's going to be coming up over this magical March. I would really go and see your monthly reading if I was you, and also the collective monthly reading as well. There's a major portal that we're going through going forward, with the King of Cups of being absolutely in a place of security according to your emotions, and plain sailing going forward. This week here is a case of setting things up and seeing your connection with the world that is around you, getting your timing right so you can actually cruise through these changes that are happening. There you go, Gemini. Thank you very much for being with us and supporting this channel. As I said, there is the monthly readings. There's also those master classes as well, which you'll see floating around my head at the moment, which you can go and see. In the meantime, don't forget, life should be fun, so please do enjoy.